They'll start the drive here with an end around. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins, and he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Jackson on first down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10. Jackson now. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line. They got 29 yards that time.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. Here's 2nd and 3. And Jackson throwing once more. He finds his man. It's Charlie Kohler. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Charlie Kohler, 38 yards. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw, and that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. And what a way to cap off the opening touchdown drive. You go for 2, and you get it.
Remember when the PAT or the extra point was a gimme, right? Not plus 99%. It's not that way anymore, so more people are willing to take a chance, go for 2, and take the kicker a little bit out of the game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw, Purdy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Jackson firing quickly out wide for Bateman. This now a 3rd and 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
They go play action with Jackson. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Let's go now.
On first down, it's Purdy. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. And
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Purdy looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Report.
Play action. Now Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Oren Burks. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
So 8-8 our score now as he'll send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And look at this. For the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. 8-8 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 11-8. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Purdy. Flushed out right. Got a man. That's Ayuk. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll... Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So that's what you go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here, or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Purdy. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. And it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Purdy will set up to throw it here. This one caught by Kittle. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Purdy from the gun. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Loose inside the 30. Nelson Aguilar. All the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 82 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Purdy to throw it on first down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun now with Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. There he goes, left side. Deebo Samuel. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return out shy in midfield to the 46-yard line. So the big gain through the air, but scratch it all off because he could not hang on to the football.
And you have to like what they did on defense here. They didn't give up on the play. Big yardage given up, but they still battled all the way to the end and helped force a turnover.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 7. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And that's good for a gain of 6. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that stretches this lead to 20-8. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And now off to the races down the right side. George Kittle, touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle taking it in. And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Moody good with the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Justice Hill. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Ravens.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Purdy. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. On first down, it's Purdy. He's got it. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, middle.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Jackson to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. as he ran off the field after making that play. We saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Purdy completes this one here to McCaffrey.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Purdy now on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked. Does the big boy have the juice? And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. Purdy.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. so they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. Down the sideline he goes.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is down to a field goal. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Purdy
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on third down.
Now Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 17-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here.
A second down throw for Purdy.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. After the interception, here's Jackson. That's caught at the 1. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of...
He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They give him a gain of 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel.
Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like when you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
2nd and a couple.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Now a 2nd and 10.
And they'll go on the ground. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And they'll run it here.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Wanna quit?
2nd and 7.
They go play action now. Jackson.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, And that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Play action. It's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And they will take a knee here. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
See, run. Let's go.
Down to a knee, and the defense, they can't stop that clock. A couple more of those, and it's going to be victory.
Two running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And they'll be unable to build here onto their 5-point lead.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
This is 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Hey, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.